Hi everyone, for lesson 42 for our 6th grade Elevate groups, students will be working on comparing whole numbers. This is a lesson that places strong emphasis on place value. So for students who are struggling, we might want to print out a blank place value chart where they can place the digits in for each of the questions to compare those numbers, right? So if we are comparing 25,418 and 25,428, we would want to start comparing the digits by looking from left to right. I'll say that again. We always want to compare the digits from left to right. When we do that, it allows us to start with the greatest place value. In this case, the greatest place value is the 10,000s place. Okay? So placing both of these numbers in our place value chart, we'll look at the 10,000s place. What we notice is both of the digits are the same, which does not help us compare, right? So then again, moving from left to right, we'll go to our thousands place. Again, same thing. Both of the digits are the same, doesn't help us compare. Notice that I have put a check mark by each of the digits. Right now when I'm modeling to you, I'm using a highlighter. These are just ways or strategies that I utilize to help me keep track of knowing which number is greater than, less than, or whether the numbers are equal to, right? So then moving on to the hundreds place, same digits, doesn't help me compare. When I get to the tens place, however, I notice that I have two different numbers. Ding, ding, ding. This is where I can do my comparison. In my first number, I have 110, but then in my second number, I have two tens. Because I know that 110 is less than two tens, right? 10 is less than 20. That means that the number 25,418 is less than 25,428. What will happen today is that some students might name that, or some students might switch the statement in the reverse order. So some students might say, okay, well, I do know that 110 is less than two tens, or they can say, I know that two tens is greater than 110. And because I know that two tens is greater than 110, then 25,428 is greater than 25,418. And that's the same thing. So just pay attention. Some students might write the statement in reverse order, but just make sure their signs match. And notice how we're placing emphasis on students using the language, not of just placing the sign, but how do you know, using place value language, which number is greater. So from there, we'll launch students into about a 2-minute turn and talk about Tyrone, who says that these two numbers are equal because all of the digits are the same in both of the numbers. Is he correct? Now, Tyrone is correct in saying that the digits are the same, right? There's a 3 here, there's a 3 here, 7 here, 7 here, right? There's a 5 in both numbers, there's a 9 in both numbers, and then there's a 2 in both of the numbers, right? All 5 digits in each of the numbers are the same. However, their orders are not the same. And so when you put both of these numbers in the place value chart, what you notice is that the 10,000s place is the same, highlighted in yellow. The thousands place is the same, also highlighted in yellow. But then in the hundreds place, we have two different values. We have 500s in the first one, and then the second number we have 200s. Because we know that 500s is greater than 200s, then 37,592 is greater than 37,295. Okay? And so from there, You'll want to do a teacher model. I think this is a great example of a model that you should do with students. It'll only take about 2 minutes. I like this model because a lot of times students comparing these two numbers will say, okay, well, the first digit compared from left to right, the first digits are 8, the second digits are 2. Okay, well, I know that 6, I know that in the third digit 6 is greater than 0, so my first number is greater than my second number. However, this question really drives at students' understanding of place value. So encourage them, place both of these numbers in the place value chart. And some students might go ahead and still place this 8 here because it's what they see first. However, what you want to ask them, and a few days ago we relied on reading and writing numbers, right? So you want to ask them, how do you say the number before the comma? How do you say the number before the comma here, right? 82, and we have 820. So that should help students understand that the 82, the 8 in the 82 should be in the 10,000s place and not the 100,000s place, right? And because there's no digit in the 100,000s place, we'll use 0 as a placeholder. And again, comparing from left to right, we see that in one of the numbers we have 0 hundreds, but then in the other number we have 800 thousands. So we know that 800 thousands is greater than 0 thousands, or we know that 0 thousands is less than 800 thousands. So that would lead students to this statement right here. Okay, then we'll launch students in about 10 minutes of partner practice. And then students will spend 5 minutes on the exit ticket. They're not going to do the right side questions. We just want to see their understanding of the 6 questions, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, the 6 questions on the left hand side.